graphical representations of two variable equations, I just wanted to make a quick video so we can learn about how to graph equations. So pretty much with these equations, I'm going to be teaching you about graphing linear equations. So the form of a linear equation is y is equal to mx plus b. So pretty much there are two things to break down here. M, which is the slope, and b, which is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is telling us where our line hits the y-axis, which is this one. So let's just try an example. So let's say y is equal to 2x plus 1. So pretty much what the y-intercept is, it's 1. So it means that at x equals 0, y is equal to 1, since it hits the y-intercept there. The slope of 2 means that it rises 2 before it runs. So slope is equal to rise over run. So I'll just draw a triangle for us here. So the rise here is 2 and the run here is 1. So pretty much the slope is 2 from that. So essentially our line would be following that trajectory with a slope 2, since it rises 2 for every x-axis, for every 1 on the x-axis. So pretty much when you're trying to graph a linear equation, you have to first identify the y-intercept, which is b, and you have to identify the slope, which is in front of the x, and then you can graph it out. So linear lines can go on both sides, by the way. So this is the graph of that line. And now let me give you a problem to try. So let's try y is equal to x plus 2. So please pause the video and try to graph it yourself. Okay, so in this example, we have a y-intercept of 2, so I'm just going to plot it here. And then we have an x, and then we have a slope of 1, as that's the coefficient in front of x. So essentially, our triangle is going to look like a run of 1, a rise of 1. So it'll just be 1, 1. So you can see that it can happen on both sides, where you have 1 as the rise, 1 as the run. Sorry about that. So essentially what you want to do is you just want to draw your line at the diagonal of the triangle. So let's do that. Sorry if it looks crooked, but pretty much that's how you do it. You select the y-intercept 2, and then you draw your slope triangle, and then you just draw the line across the hypotenuse of the triangle. So now last example might be a tricky one. So it's going to be the slope is going to be y is equal to minus 3x plus 3. So how are we going to do this? Well, let's think. So first, y-intercept, I hope you all are familiar with that. You just plot it at where x is equal to 0, so right here. Then the triangle is going to be negative slope, meaning that you go down 3 for every 1 you go to the right. So the triangle, I'll just draw it out, is like this. You have 1 here, 3 there, minus 3 there, because you're going down. Now that you've drawn the slope triangle, you'll just draw the line out, like that. So very nice. In this video, we learned the structure of a linear equation and how to graph it out. Now that we understand this skill, this can help us learn a lot more about two variable equations, as we can see a visual representation of them. I hope to see you in that next video. Thank you for listening.